with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for jumping on Facebook Live for a mid-morning check of some of the stories we are following here at Erie News Now. We begin with the platform you're watching us on right now, Facebook, facing a lot more public scrutiny after some revelations from that so-called whistleblower at a Senate hearing down in Washington on Tuesday. It all came, of course, the day after billions of users were unable to access Facebook after that global outage that lasted for hours. Well, on Tuesday down in Washington, former Facebook employee Frances Haugen blasted the social network in her Senate testimony, telling Congress it's time to vote on regulating Facebook. Haugen told lawmakers the choices being made inside the company are disastrous for kids, for safety, and she says for our democracy. Haugen actually left Facebook back in May. When she left, she also took thousands of pages of internal company documents, and apparently that includes some documentation of Facebook's own research about the harm its technology causes teenagers. Overnight, in a note to its employees, Facebook's CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the recent claims about Facebook's effects on society, quote, don't make any sense, end quote. Well, today the Senate is set to vote on legislation that would suspend America's debt ceiling until December of 2022. The measure actually passed the House last week, but Senate Republicans have been signaling their intentions to block it. Republicans have threatened a filibuster. At least 10 Republican votes are needed to overcome that in the divided Senate chamber. Democratic leaders say they should drop the filibuster and allow a vote that would enable Democrats and their 50 members to pass that debt ceiling measure on their own. Well, after more than a week's worth of work from Pedelec crews, power's fully restored in downtown Erie this morning. It all, of course, follows that underground fire last week. Happened at 10th and State, caused a huge downtown power outage. Well, the final 6 impacted businesses, they got back to full power last night. Pedelec crews were working 16-hour days over the past week trying to repair that damage. The Renaissance Center, the Verizon Building, Big Bar, and Cloud 9 among the final spots where power went back to full level last night. Pedelec says it's all the result of a transformer switch failure. That's what sparked that initial fire. Well, down in Crawford County, a vote scheduled for a little later on today could mean reduced penalties for marijuana possession in the city of Meadville. If it's approved, the measure would let police there simply issue a summary charge, basically a ticket, if they find someone in possession of up to right around an ounce of marijuana. Now, currently state law requires officers to file misdemeanor charges in those cases if it's not superseded by local laws. But even with this change, Meadville police would still have that option to file more serious charges. All of it expected to be the focus of a Meadville City Council vote a little later today. And a controversial development project in Crawford County is moving forward this morning despite some objections. The new owner of Connie Lake Park got the okay to build a subdivision on some of that property recently acquired. A number of Connie Lake Park's neighbors, though, voiced their concerns about that subdivision plan. At a meeting last night, they say they want more communication with the park's owner, Todd Joseph. But the supervisors at this meeting say Joseph's applied for all the proper permits. Now, his application doesn't mean construction of the subdivision is going to start right away, but the prospect of it has some of those neighbors concerned.
Everything needs to stop right now until everything's figured out with the legality of what he's doing in the park. It's the history of our area is at stake here, a lot more than that.
The supervisors say those Connie Lake Park neighbors do have 30 days to appeal last night's decision. Well, it's day one of a new face mask policy for a local school district this morning. That's after a ruling from a federal judge that says students in Warren County will now have to wear a mask in school unless they have proper paperwork signed by a doctor. The new temporary restraining order issued on Tuesday means Warren County parents can no longer sign those waivers for their kids to get them out of wearing that mask in class. Again, they will need documentation from a doctor. It comes after some Warren parents filed a lawsuit arguing that Warren District's lenient face mask policy was in violation of Pennsylvania's mask mandate. Well, after the judge's order was issued, Warren school leaders put a message up on their website indicating that mask rule would be in effect starting this morning. The whole matter is expected to head back into federal court next week. Well, the president of Slippery Rock University says he's willing to roll up his sleeve to get a permanent tattoo if his school hits his vaccination goal. They actually released a video featuring the Slippery Rock mascot and school president William Barry encouraging more Rock students to get the vaccine. Barry has vowed to get a permanent Slippery Rock University themed tattoo on his arm if the student vaccination rate hits 75% by his target date of December 3rd. They're calling this one Rock the Shot, Ink the President. Slippery Rock's current vaccination rate is right around 52%. Putting his money where his arm is, I guess you could say with that one, David. And we're heading into what looks to be a pretty nice fall day.
I guess we'll have to check up on that story,
Yeah, we
see
will.
what happens. 70 degrees right now. As we look outside, it's turning out to be a pretty nice day overall. And as we take a little tour around the area, sunshine coming down over Presque Isle, it will again be an unseasonably mild day as those temperatures will work their way into the 70s. It will certainly be warmer than yesterday. We're going out to the bayfront. We got the Brig Niagara. It is staying here for a couple of days before it makes that voyage to Cleveland. Also, the Lady G off to the right. And yeah, we're getting sunshine, getting a little bit more sunshine across the area. Temperatures moving through the 60s from Waterford to Edinburgh, 65 in Cambridge Springs, and you can see those middle 60s out there towards Jamestown and Bradford. Weather impact index for today at a 0. We're dealing with more of that sunshine. Temperatures certainly warming up a little bit more, and it will be on the dry side for today. You can see with Doppler Max, satellite, and radar, we are dealing with some more areas of clouds, some stubborn clouds out there into Warren and even parts of McKean County. But in general, we are seeing some better sunshine. You can notice those areas of clouds. They try to basically fade on out. We'll have at least a partly sunny sky back there into the mountains as we get into the afternoon, and you'll notice most of the day featuring a fair amount of sunshine really across the area. We get into the night. We'll start to notice a bit more cloud cover early on a Thursday, and then late in the day, maybe a mountain shower. That's really it. Better chance for some of the showers really as we start to get into the day on a Friday. All right, we'll discuss that, a 7-day planner coming up in just a moment.
All right, thank you, David. Well, we say don't try this at home on the news. Sometimes it's typically, though, when somebody's doing something either dumb and or dangerous. And I think this next piece of video kind of qualifies on both of those counts. It comes from Ohio's Department of Transportation. They released this traffic camera video as an example of something drivers should definitely not do on the road, specifically an interstate highway. Check it out. This driver missing an exit over near Columbus, Ohio on Sunday. But rather than going on to the next one, the driver just puts it in reverse, starts going backwards towards the exit and, of course, toward oncoming interstate highway traffic. Yikes, the Ohio Department of Transportation said, quote, "Don't be this driver. If you miss your exit, don't worry. There are more ahead where you can safely loop back around." This video does show the driver eventually making it out okay. All right, some big news this morning for fans of singer Adele. She's confirmed she's going to be releasing some new music. Did that confirmation with a teaser video on Twitter. Now, according to Adele's announcement tweet, the song's called Easy on Me, going to drop next Friday. We haven't heard from the Grammy Award winner in some time. No new music from her since 2015 and that album 25. Some of Adele's fans have shared pictures of Billboard saying 30, which is what she's previously revealed would be the title of the new album. Again, the release date for the whole album new pending, but that Easy on Me song dropping next week. All right, David, a nice start to our fall day. We're really in a relatively warm fall week, it seems.
Yeah, a warm phase coming up ahead and even beyond the next 7 days. So October definitely getting off to a warm start, and we look to continue that trend for really all of us. Warren right now, starting to see some more of those beautiful fall colors out there. Still some green, but we're mixing in the oranges, the yellows, and the reds. Right now, 64 degrees, a little bit cooler out your way, but still, it's going to be unseasonably mild for this time of year. Here's a breakdown of your forecast as we go through the day. Temperatures making their way up into the middle 70s with a partly cloudy sky. We'll have some scattered clouds out there for today. Crawford County temperatures into the middle 70s and a partly sunny sky for you guys out there into Warren County, middle 70s today. And as we look ahead, middle 70s, going to rule that forecast. Better chance for some of those showers as we go Friday, maybe even into Saturday as well. Overall, your weekend not looking too bad. And then we get into Columbus Day next week. Look at that. Temperatures still hanging up in the 70s.
All right, we got 30 minutes of news coming your way at noon. That'll air on WSEE. I'm Mark Soliday. From all of us here at Erie News Now, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.